All right, looks like we got the big boy Tarfful coming to the game. I don't know what took him so long. Tarfful and Chewie were like the top two Wookies. And it took 7.5 years for this game to exist to finally bring him. It's kind of ridiculous, but okay. Anyways, he'll be a leader. Makes sense. Support and a Wookie. Highlights gives defense to Wookiees, which also increases their offense. That's weird, but cool. Wookiee allies reflect critical damage back onto the attacker. That's cool. Use to dispel the buffs on all allies and punish enemies with provoked. Why would Han count? He didn't hang out with Tarfful, he hung out with Chewie. And there's no synergy there for that. Light side support Wookiee. What's Han gonna do hanging out with him? Zalbar, Clone Wars, and Veteran makes sense, not Smuggler Han. What? That's stupid. Any fucking ways. Abilities. DC-15S Blaster. Pretty basic, just like any of Chewie's, just shooting at the probe droid. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy and dispel all buffs on them. Wookiee allies gain defense penetration up and defense up for 1 turn. And protection up 10% per 2 turns. Wookiee Fury. Did this call an assist? Let's see that again. Yeah, seems like it. But it also seems like it does something else first as well. Wookiee allies gain 25% stacking, defense, which, there it is. I thought it did something else first. For the rest of the encounter. So what happens when you use this again? Does it... Oh yeah, it's the stacking. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Call all Wookiee allies to assist. Okay, maybe if they actually had more than just Chewie standing there, we would see that it's all. And stun target enemy for 1 turn. Then, all ally attackers gain critical damage up for 2 turns. Ally healers and supports gain speed up for 2 turns. And ally tanks taunt for 2 turns. So, let me think about this. All the current Wookiees, Zalbar and Clone Wars Chewie are tanks. Regular Chewie is an attacker. What does 3PO and Chewie count as? They always count him as a droid, right? Which is weird. That makes absolutely no sense. Because in the context of the movies, 3PO got himself busted up. And so Chewie was just carrying him on his back. So that way then they could fix him later. So why would that make it so Chewie's a droid? But I guess that one wouldn't count because I don't think he has a Wookiee tag is what I'm trying to get at. Then you have Veteran Smuggler Chewie. Not sure what his tag is. I know it's not tank, so maybe he's a support? I know there's no healers yet for Wookiees. Oh, what was that one called again? Wookiee Fury. Now special 2. He kind of just yells at them Imperial probe droid. Dispel all debuffs on all allies, and they gain 50% critical damage for 2 turns. Wookiee allies gain potency up and tenacity up for 2 turns, and gain 10% max health, stacking for the rest of the encounter. All enemies are inflicted with provoked for 1 turn, which can't be evaded. Unique 1. Better Together Zeta. Final text. Tarfful has plus 30% tenacity and plus 20 speed. Whenever an ally has a buff dispelled, Tarfful gains 10% turn meter. Whenever an ally... Oh. And this move right here says dispel all the buffs, so he could be getting some serious turn meter gain by using his own move. If there are at least 3 Wookiee allies active at the start of battle... Now, does that include Tarfful? Would he count as a Wookiee ally, or does it have to be him plus 3 others? So you need to have at least 4 on the field. Anyhow, whenever an enemy attacks out of turn, all allies gain 25 speed. Stacking, max 500 for 1 turn? 500 speed? Be flying all over the place. Whenever a Wookiee ally gains health up, all allies recover 50% health and protection. What? Okay. And gain advantage for 1 turn. Whenever a Wookiee ally has retribution, Wookiee allies inflict damage over time to target enemy for 2 turns when they use a basic ability, which can't be evaded. If veteran smuggler Chewie is an ally, whenever Tarfful uses veteran smuggler Han gains these bonuses. Okay. So let's see. So that last line is a little bit confusing. So it sounds like you have to have veteran smuggler Chewie as one of the Wookiees, and then if you threw veteran smuggler Han in there, then he would get those bonuses too. Which I guess now makes sense why it's said to have veteran smuggler Han. And veteran smuggler Han is pretty good. I usually use him in my resistance faction, so maybe hanging out with these Chewies, these Wookiees could be decent for him. I mean, if he's getting all these bonuses. Anyways, leader, it's all in the fur. It's a Zeta and an Omicron. Final text. At the start of battle, all Wookiees tanks taunt for 1 turn. That should have just been all Wookiee tanks, not Wookiees tanks taunt for 1 turn. All allies gain 20% defense and max health doubled for Wookiees. 40. Whenever a Wookiee ally gains taunt, so does that include when they gain it right away at the start? All Wookiee allies gain 10% defense stacking for the rest of the encounter. Whenever taunt expires, all allied Wookiees recover 50% health. Does that include when somebody gets killed? At the start of each ally's, meaning like if a tank was killed, they were taunting but then they get killed. Now technically that taunt expired because the character expired. You know what I mean? So does everybody still get the 50% recovery? Or does it only work under normal circumstances, like they're still alive and they just don't have taunt anymore? Anyways, at the start of each allied Wookiee's turn, they gain offense equal to 200% of the defense until the end of the turn. So you kind of want your Wookiees to have high defense then. That way then they're gaining some serious offense. If, lowercase for some reason, if there were no Galactic Legend enemies, whenever an allied Wookiee is critically hit, they reflect 50% of the damage dealt back onto the attacker. This damage can't defeat enemies. 50% of the damage. That's funny because that's like the bonus on average of what a critical hit is. Oh, wait, though. It's 50% more. This is 50% in general. So that means that critical hit... So like a move that normally does, say, 100 damage, now on a critical hit would do 150 because it's 50% more. These guys are doing 50% of that. So they'd be doing 75. So they're not hitting as strong as the base move, but still pretty close. They're 3/4 of the way there. 3/4, of a base hit. While in territory wars, this is the Omicron, at the start of battle, all allies gain 25% defense, protection up 50%, and tenacity up for 2 turns. Whenever an allied Wookiee is critically hit, Wookiee allies gain foresight for 1 turn, and gain 5% defense stacking until the end of the encounter. Whenever an allied Wookiee has retribution, all allies gain retribution for 2 turns. The first time each Wookiee ally is defeated, all Wookiee allies have their cooldowns refreshed and they recover 100% of their health, period, and, lowercase, gain 25% offense stacking until the end of the encounter. Okay. Doesn't really sound that juicy, but sure. I was thinking though while I was going over this kit, like they love Clone Wars Chewie so much for some reason. He's like a meme for them internally. You always get 3 shards of him every time they give out any kind of bonus thing, like if it's a holiday pack or, their 1-year anniversary pack, or like recently we had the... What was it recently? Oh no, they're talking about the May the 4th event coming up. They always include 3 shards of Clone Wars Chewie. They should have done something with this kit, with Tarfful's kit, that would have made Clone Wars Chewie like way better, because like he's pretty crap nowadays. Nobody's using him, but they should have done something so that he would have been like super good in this team or something. Just make your meme worth it. I don't know. Anyways, key attributes. Wookie together. Strong. Tarfful is home now. What bounces off me sticks to you. Synergy for Wookiees. Defense equals offense. Use those defense mods. Clone Wars Chewie finally has a home. Inspiration. While I featured Wookie in Revenge of the Sith, RotS, the version of Tarfful we have embraced visually is from his appearance in Jedi Fallen Order. We looked at his scenes in RotS where he leads the charge against the Separatists for his special abilities, Wookie Fury and strategy tips. Your defense value will enhance the amount of offense output. Defense mods recommended. Damage reflect triggers when opposing team has no GLs. Yes, we read that. Wookie ally equals good. I mean, I don't know why you'd do anything else, but would you pair this? Oh, I'm gonna use Tarfful with Yoda because they hung out in Revenge of the Sith. That would be dumb. While many benefits are for Wookiees, don't be afraid to bring some of their best friends like Veteran Smuggler Han or Mission Val. But there's no direct boost for Mission Val here. There's only boost for Veteran Smuggler Han. So that would be dumb if you brought Mission. Plus, why would you need to bring them? Who cares? The whole point of bringing Tarfful is for the Wookiees. Is spelling Wookie correctly with 2 E's at the end a hill you are willing to die on? What? Unwaveringly, yes. What kind of retarded question is this? Does defense from mods count towards the offense that Wookiees gain? Yes, the ability looks at the current defense at the start of the turn, which includes defense from mods. Okay, that's a different type of retarded question there. Like, no, the defense you gain from mods isn't going to count. It's just base stats only. You know, you're going to mod up your character for nothing. It's just not going to matter. Seriously? What kind of dumb question is that? Where do you get Tarfful? Marquee event starting Thursday. There's another dumb question. First off, motherfucker, it says right here, Marquee Tarfful. What, you think that's part of his name? His name's Marquee Tarfful? Second off, once you know that, you know it's going to be Thursday because it's every Thursday. It's Tuesday's the kit reveal. Or, I don't know, Monday night, Tuesday morning, sometime ridiculously early or something. And then Thursday, midday, like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when the character becomes active. How do you not know this? Is Tarfful required for anything? Yes, you will need a 7-star Gear 12 Tarfful for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis Hero's Journey. He will also make the Wookiee-only mission in the Rise of the Empire territory battle more manageable. How many Wookiees are there currently? Is there 5? Yeah, I think there is 4 Chewies and then Zalbar. Scavenger Lord first. Waste of time. Why write that? Apes strong together. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Who are one of them, I mean. I don't know which movie specifically. A sea of R3 Vet Hans find purpose in life. Mine's actually R4. But it makes sense. Most people have R3 only because that was the requirements for Kylo. And I've actually been looking to boost him more, get him to maybe 7, because he is pretty good with Rey. I hate the Resistance faction and Rey, but them two together, they put in some solid work for me in Grand Arena, so I've been thinking about getting him a little beefier, just so he's hitting a little harder, lasting a little longer, you know? Anyways, this team looks super fun. Hopefully Wookiees can do something now. I think apes strong together. I think you might be on the wrong forum. Hope you guys are releasing more Wookiees, because there ain't no way I'm tanking my other teams to put all the Wookiees together. What? Okay, if you took out regular Chewie, that would F up a CLS team. But, like, if you take Zalbar, that's not screwing up a Old Republic squad. Take a different Old Republic character that you're probably not using. Let's see. Veteran Smuggler. What, are you dead set on using, like, a Kira team or something? Oh, I can't ruin that. What else is there? The Clone Wars Chewie. Where are you putting him that this is a problem for? Like, what? This is what I was talking about when I made my joke about them hanging out with Yoda, because there it is. How is the one on the right Galactic Republic and Tarfful is not? That actually seems like a funny question, but then when you think about it, I don't know. Did Tarfful do anything with the Galactic Republic? Then again, I don't know. Why is Chewie? Chewie wasn't doing anything with them. He was just kind of hanging out. It's almost like they made him Galactic Republic just because he got more famous with Han and stuff over time. And we already knew him. But, yeah, at the end of the day, neither of them are Galactic Republic. They're just hanging out on Kashyyyk, their own planet. And then these people, these beings with force powers show up and they're like, hey, we got a war going on. And they're just like, because faction tags are for gameplay, not lore. How is Yoda saying things like, miss you, I will? Not my Yoda. Huh? I am planning to just use Tarfful, Vet Chewie, Zalbar, Vet Han, and Mission Val. Budget team with all R3 and Tarfful Ami. We are likely to gear up Zalbar and Mission Val of the Or faction for the new raid. Might end up giving Skook a miss. Clone Wars Chewie. Clone Wars Chewie is based on Clone Wars. Tarfful is mainly based on Fallen Order when there was no Galactic Republic, but did use his appearance then to help design abilities. I mean, the synergy suggestions are Clone Wars Chewie, Zalbar, Vet Chewie, and if you slot Vet Han as the 5th, those are 4 characters that really aren't used anywhere for anything. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know what that guy's flipping out about. I ain't taking all my other teams. The only team you'd tank is a rebel team under CLS lead if you took out Chewie. Which even then, I'm sure you could still sub something else in and it would still be okay. Wouldn't be as good, but it would still be okay. Because CLS is going to pull it all. All of the free Clone Wars Chewie shards have been leading up to this. It was prophecy. Yeah, but like I said earlier, hopefully this matters. I mean, it should have mattered more. I mean, gave more to Clone Wars Chewie since they want to keep hooking you up with all these stupid shards. Just a reminder, since it's not in the kit and being in only 2 places, 5th Brother Pike enemy kits might not yet be that familiar. Provoked debuff, plus 100% counter chance. This character deals 90% less damage when attacking out of turn. Whenever this character attacks out of turn, they take damage equal to 20% of their max health. What? This damage can't defeat this character. Ugh, debuffed is not a very nice thing. I mean, that's good that they put this here, because I was thinking that before, and then I forgot. When it said they gained provoked, I was going to say, what's provoked? And then I forgot to say anything. But yeah, it starts off sounding good. Oh, 100% counter chance. Cool. And then it says they deal 90% less damage. Like, oh, okay, so they're doing 10% damage. That's weak. Well, that's when attacking out of turn, I guess. That's not for the counter. The counter chance will still be solid. But, anyways, whenever... Or it should be solid, right? I don't know. Whenever this character attacks out of turn, they take damage equal to 20% of their max health. That's pretty dumb. Especially if... Yeah, they deal 90% less damage when attacking on turn. So they're dealing out 10% damage, but they're taking 20% of their max health? It's not even 20% of the damage, it's 20% of their max health. Like, what the F? I think Mission may also go really well for them. Looking forward to see them in Watt versus a team with Dispelling. Give the tank tech to a tank. Constant gaining of taunt, defense, and damage should build quick. Might be fun against gas. Against gas? Why do you think that? He also counters every time, so like if you're taking 20% of your health every time, he's gonna be able to wipe you out that much more quickly and easily. That doesn't seem good against gas. But only Clone Wars Chewie applies health up. Is that what that was saying in that part? Is he the only one that can do it? Maybe. Unit name, Tarfful. Who? Tarfful. I'm confused as well, because what are they saying here? Are they just saying like they never heard of Tarfful, or is it spelled wrong? Because when I saw it, I thought it was spelled weirdly too, but I wasn't totally sure. I don't know. By the sound of things, those Wookies will be tough to crack unless you bring someone who either ignores defense or has a lot of attacks and or inflicts a lot of debuffs that deal max health base damage like Death Mark, Plague, damage over time, or exposed. Or, I guess, just a lot of damage before they can stack up their defense. I feel like Tarfful's unique ability gives a decent incentive to switch between mission or veteran smuggler Han, depending on the situation, or whichever of the two you want to throw in with the Wookiees. Zalbar likely gaining retribution frequently means more potential damage over time, which means more potential protection recovery for himself in mission, as well as most enemies dying faster. And on gaining the bonuses from Tarfful's second special ability means he'll be doing a good bit more damage with the increased critical damage, and a bit of extra armor penetration for each status effect he gains during that turn, especially if veteran smuggler Chewbacca has been taking a few hits. With all the debuffs potentially flying on the enemy team, Han will also be getting a lot of bonus attacks and a lot of chances to inflict stagger. That was a lot of crap there. All I could hear when reading the name of this leader ability was Chubb's voice from Happy Gilmore. Of his leader ability. I forgot what it was called. I don't even know who Chubb is, so I'm not going to be able to hear it, but what was the leader ability called? It's all in the fur. It's all in the fur. Ew, it's all in the fur. I don't know what this guy's voice sounds like, so I can't do it. Come on, man, where was it? There we go. Seems super fun, though I think Clone Wars Chewie needs a rework. Yeah, something. Maybe. And to think, we would have had a Wookiee tag years ago if they were not afraid of people arguing with them over the spelling. At least he was in a movie for 10 seconds. I'm glad someone is. It's important. Super excited for the Wookiee tag to be a thing. Looking forward to getting more characters for the tag too. I was just trying to decide on a new team to start working towards, and this is definitely it. What? You're gonna waste your time working on Wookiees? First off, you should probably already have them all worked on anyways, because most of them have been in the game forever now, except for this one, because he's brand new. But why is this what you want to work on? Oh my god, I'm gonna start working on these Wookiees. Oh, like what, you got every GL, you got all the legendary characters and all that, you got nothing better to work on, just Wookiees? Okay. Anyways, that is all I got. Tarfful and his kit reveal. People talking about stuff is wrong, I don't know. Is Wookiee spelled wrong? Is Tarfful spelled wrong? I don't mother effing know. This is what we got though, this is what CG's going with, so yeah. Thanks for checking this out with me, and until whatever comes next, I said see ya.